Is the 25th anniversary set going to be enough to save the Pokemon card game and revitalize interest and really push people back into the hobby? I really think it is. I think the Celebration set, which just got announced or leaked more or less today, is absolutely nuts. It's exactly what so many people, including myself, were hoping that the 25th anniversary would end up being. And so we're going to go over that today and just talk about why I'm interested in what cards we can see so far. The main set is 45 cards. It's going to include 4 Pokemon V and 2 Pokemon VMAX. But the main feature of the main set is going to be the legendary and mythical Pokemon. The PokeBeach article, which I'll link below, mentions that we're bringing back Mew, Ho-Oh. I'm also assuming if they're bringing Ho-Oh over into the main set, we're probably going to see Lugia. If there's Mew, there's a pretty good chance we see Mewtwo as well. And then the other one it mentions is Flying Pikachu and Surfing Pikachu. I'll have photos up of these 2 cards. Super popular. They've released as secret rares and evolutions, but the real longer history is that they're just very kind of staple promos. They've been re-released over the years in different iterations. The most common, or I guess the most famous Flying Pikachu is going to be the Anna Airways one, which was a really cool one. It was just a collaboration with the airline company between the Pokemon company and them. So it's just nice to see reintroduction of classic promo cards or kind of fan favorite cards. It also mentions that Professor Oak will make an appearance in the main set, which I think is nice. It's not like we haven't seen him for a while. We saw him in some of the later Sun and Moon sets, but we haven't seen him in Sword and Shield, I suppose. I think this one is very tentative based off of the type of card they produce for Oak, because I think it's very easy that Oak just becomes a regular trainer card that nobody wants to see. But the real key portion of Celebrations, which makes it so interesting and why I'm so hyped about it, is the subset that's releasing. We got the second update that the subset is going to be called Classic Collections. And this is where they're taking newer Pokemon and then using the game mechanics that were developed and used over the past 25 years and combining the two. And what I mean by game mechanics is stuff like Dark Pokemon, EX Pokemon, Prime cards, Level X's. We might even see the return of maybe Legends. If you don't know Legends, they were like the 2 cards that fit together. But yeah, it might be the return of the Legend cards in some capacity. And this is another important note that these are small booster packs. They're not 10-card booster packs like we're used to. They're, I think, smaller than even the Detective Pikachu cards. Ones. They will have, each booster pack will contain 4 holo cards. These cards are going to have the 25th anniversary stamp. I think it's important to note too that when you open the booster pack, it means you have the chance of getting the main set card, and then there's the subset card, which I'm going to guess isn't guaranteed in every pack. And according to PokeBeach, every single one of these cards will have this 25th anniversary stamp. We see it on the booster pack right here. You saw it on the jumbo cards too that they released, just the stamp. Personally, I would much prefer if they released the cards without the stamp, but I guess we'll take what we can get. I do believe the Pokemon Company announced that this releases on October 8th of this year. So it's still quite a ways away. We still have right around 3 months, 3.5 months till we get to that. And this is the part that I'm really excited about, are going to be the leaks. So the first one we see here is the Dragapult Prime. So the English TCG product that this would come in is actually the Dragapult Prime box. What I like about this is such a cool card. Prime was a Heart Gold Soul Silver mechanic. It's a really cool card. And Prime cards are really stunning in person if you've never seen them. So it's just amazing to bring back these old concepts and introduce them for the modern generations. But yeah, so the Dragapult Prime box will feature the Dragapult Prime card and then the jumbo card for it, Generations packs. And so this is the Dragapult Prime card that was leaked. I'm going to pull up the Brazilian product that it comes in. In Brazil, for some reason, it releases in this blister. But yeah, this is the card, Dragapult Prime. And as I was saying, it has the 3/4 artwork for Dragapult, the 25th anniversary stamp that I'm not a huge fan of, but it's just a really interesting idea. I don't know, this is beyond anything I had expected. I did not expect them to bring back old mechanics like this. So we have another one coming up, Celebrations Collections, Lantis Charizard V and Dark Sylveon V. $20 boxes. Oh, and the release date's here, October 8th. So yeah, that's from the Pokemon Company. These are really cool. Honestly, a lot of packs. I'm surprised for $20 that you would receive two regular booster packs and 4 celebrations packs. I'm gonna keep saying generations because the font is the exact same and they just copied each other's logos. Lance's Charizard V is one that has me super excited because one of my favorite artworks of the early Japanese era is Lance's Charizard. This was a card that never came over to English. It was from the VS series, and this is such a great Japanese card for Lance's Charizard. Never came over in English. I don't think we ever had any Lance's Charizard card come over in English in any capacity, so it's actually kind of astounding we're referencing this card. It's 2021, so 20 years later, yeah. 20 years later, we're referencing back to such an iconic card. I'm really curious what they do for this. It obviously can't just be a reprint of that card because it's a V, and that's going to be the same for the other card. So I'm just interested in what they do. Obviously, people aren't going to be too happy with this because they're tired of Charizard. We've had so many Charizards over the past year. We had Charizard V, Shiny Charizard V, Shiny Charizard VMAX. Then we had Hyper Charizard VMAX. So I think people are a little burned out of Charizard overall, but this is such a good way of doing it where it is a Charizard card per se, but it's really something else. It's taking a couple of mechanics. It's taking the VS series Lance's Charizard, bringing it over. It's also taking the ownership mechanic, or kind of, I don't know if mechanic's the right word, but like this idea of like someone's Pokemon. This is something we haven't seen in main set cards for a while now, but the very typical one is going to be like Blaine's Charizard, Blaine's Arcanine, those much older like Gym Challenge sets, or Misty's Tentacruel, stuff like that. We haven't had that in a main set for quite a while, so it's another homage to past iterations of the card game. The other one that I'm interested in is going to be the Dark Sylveon V. So the Dark Eevee line was from Team Rocket, very iconic artwork, so it's interesting to see them. It makes sense why Sylveon as an evolution is getting the Dark card. I'm very curious how they incorporate the V aspect into it, because I think this could be a hit or miss. A lot of people don't like regular V cards. Full art V cards are great. I think full art V cards are much better than the Sun and Moon full arts. But I would just be a little bit tentative about how these look. It doesn't really matter, I guess, because people are going to buy this stuff anyway. But for me to personally collect, I'd be very interested to see how these cards end up looking. This one, the next product is the Celebration Deluxe Pink Collection. This one is going to feature the Zacian LV.X card. We're going to go over that right now from Brazil. Zacian LV.X. I believe this, well, I'm very, I don't know, is what I'm saying. I believe this is from the Diamond and Pearl era, was the LV.X era. But really, really cool. Again, though, I don't like the fact that the 25th anniversary set is where it is. It kind of obstructs from the artwork. But yeah, really cool to see this come over. It's releasing in this product with 4 of the packs of Celebrations and then 2 other packs. Next up is the Celebration Elite Trainer Box. I keep talking about how it's nice that they're doing homages to older sets, or like the old generations, but it's just weird that this box is literally a copy of this box. Maybe not exactly, but it's super, super similar, like ridiculously similar. But I guess this one's cleaned up a bit. It just looks almost too similar in my opinion. But yeah, this is it. It's going to feature 10 of those 4-card booster packs. It's going to have 5, we don't know yet, 5 just additional TCG packs. So that's your normal 10-card packs. It's going to, this is the really, really cool part. This is the thing that you're going to get the Greninja Gold Star in. And that's amazing to me. I don't think in the English run of Pokemon, there was, in the English run of this, there was a Gold Star that was a promo card. In Japan, there was the Japanese Pikachu Gold Star and Mewtwo Gold Star were from like a $20 lunchbox. What I think is shocking too, Gold Stars are probably like the most expensive line of Pokemon cards right now, overall. Besides maybe like some of the EX cards, but yeah, there's so many expensive Gold Stars. So it's really cool that they're doing a promo Gold Star and throwing it in an Elite Trainer box. And if, depending, I guess, on the print run of this, but looking at the past prices of Elite Trainer box promos, this might end up being like a $10 to $15 card, which I'll be buying all day because I think that's such a cool thing. And if you don't know, Greninja is technically the most popular Pokemon in the world. Maybe not this generation. I don't think they've updated that, but I think the last time they ever did like a poll in Japan, Greninja far outweighed every other Pokemon in terms of popularity. Next up, we have the Celebrations mini tins. Personally, I'm not a big mini tin guy, but it is nice because you get your Celebrations pack and one TCG pack. What I think is the nicer part about these mini tins is the artwork. Um, if you've never seen the mini tin or opened one, they do actually come with a little art card inside, and then you can put all the art cards together and it forms like one large picture. Might be nice for framing. And this one is particularly nice just to have, all 8 generations represented. Next up, we have the special collection of Pikachu V Union. So I don't normally go over like card sets, but they did release or announce what Union would be. It's just 4 cards that form a very large image that you put together. So I'm guessing these 4 cards that you see right here, that's what it's going to end up being. Just a giant Pikachu V card, and then I think a Pikachu V card promo. This is probably the least exciting for me because I am not really too keen on the V Union stuff. A much cooler product, in my opinion, is this premium figure collection for Pikachu VMAX. But yeah, it's just this giant box that's going to contain, you're getting your couple booster packs. Let's see. You're getting 8 Celebrations booster packs and then 3 regular TCG booster packs. You're also getting the figure of Pikachu VMAX, and notably you're getting right here an etched foil promo of Pikachu VMAX. So this one's interesting. And you're also getting a promo card for Pikachu V. In Japan, for the Astonishing Volt Tackle set, we got this like fat Pikachu promo card that has the Astonishing Volt Tackle campaign stamp there. It hasn't come over. This artwork isn't in English yet, so my assumption is this artwork, and we can see here too, it's very small. This is a little bit bigger. Pikachu V. My assumption is that these are the 2 artworks that are going to come over in the box set, which would just make sense to me. These are 2 artworks that we have in Japan that haven't released in America yet, or in outside of Japan, I should really say. So it would just make sense that this is the artwork that they bring over. So not the most exciting. I do think this is a better value than the Pikachu V Union box. I think this is a much cooler thing, and the artwork is better. But overall, I would say these are the 2 weaker products from this release. Now, this is not a weak product at all. The Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection. This one is so nuts to me just because it says it's going to come with 2 commemorative metal cards featuring the base set Pikachu, which is, that Arita artwork is probably the most iconic Pikachu artwork. And then base set Charizard, which is also arguably the most iconic Charizard artwork. When anyone thinks of a Charizard card, I think this is the card that comes to mind. It's been reprinted in the past. It was reprinted in Base Set 2 and Legendary Collection. Let's think. It was technically reprinted in Stormfront as felt more like a homage to me. It was reprinted in Evolutions. But yeah, this is one of the most iconic cards in the Pokemon TCG. We're getting metal cards. I'm not really sure what this means for Pokemon because the only metal card that really comes to mind is the 20th anniversary Pikachu one, which was a gold medal card, which was made to order, and also I think like $2,000 retail. It's an expensive card, which is definitely not what's releasing in this $120 box, but it's just going to be something nice. You're also getting 1 special gold version of Pikachu V and 1 special gold version of Pokeball. The pins, and then, this is less important to me, is the pins and the metal coin. You're getting 17 Celebrations booster packs and 8 regular packs. So this is just a great product to buy and open because you'll get a lot of value out of it. But yeah, the main thing I want to focus on is right here, the promos. The promos for all these boxes are what makes or breaks it. And what I find, the one that I'm really interested in finding out what it looks like is the gold version of Pikachu V. We have a couple options of what that might look like. So these are the main ones. You have the Sword and Shield gold cards, which look like this. Let me pull up a Pokemon, like Houndoom, which are really just shiny cards with this gold background. It might be this because it is in that Sword and Shield era, but it could also be the Sun and Moon style, which, let me find a picture, like this Necrozma, and Solgaleo, which were really interesting concepts of just like a full gold card. A little bit different than, obviously, the newer ones, which have some color added into them. So I guess really it is a toss-up of which style they end up going for. Personally, I would love if they did a Sun and Moon style gold card for it, where Pikachu just blends into the background with the gold. It'll look super premium. And finally, we have the Celebrations Collector's Chest. This features a lot of promo cards. It has Mimikyu Delta Species, which I'll pull up the picture for that. Mimikyu Delta Species. This is another example. I don't like the stamp here, especially because it touches the Pokemon too. It kind of ruins my appreciation of the art. So I'm hoping the Japanese set doesn't kind of lean heavily into the stamp. So, and then the next one is Light Toxtricity, which we have seen already. I believe, I'm not sure actually if I showed it. Light Toxtricity, this is carrying over the light and dark mechanic from Team Rocket. Really nice artwork though of Toxtricity, hanging out with some Oddishes. And what's really cool about this is not only did they take the Pokemon and they took the mechanic, but they took the art style too. And that's something that people don't really do well when they try to make up products. People don't realize how important art style is for a set and that direction. And when you look at this artwork, it blends in. If you were to pull up a Team Rocket card from 20 years ago and hold it side by side, the art style would be very similar. And that's what's important for creating the illusion and really paying homage to a set. And probably the card that most people are excited for is the Hydreigon C. It's a reference to one of the most popular Rayquaza cards. So here's Hydreigon. You have Iris there, the 25th anniversary stamp. This is another example of why I don't like it. Like, it looks very cluttered. I love Iris here, which makes sense that she's there. That's like how the cards were styled. But the 25th anniversary stamp on top is very intrusive. And then we have Rayquaza C. This is the card it's paying homage to. Just Cynthia's Rayquaza, just absolutely stunning artwork. I'm hoping this card is actually a holo card when it releases. Based off the photos, it doesn't look holo, but I'm really hoping it is. Yeah, those are some really cool promos that are coming out. $25 collector box. This is probably one of those good deals. But yeah, this is the set so far. Really, I'm so happy that they didn't cheap out. They didn't go easy with it. They didn't do something silly, just a cheap reprint, that they actually put effort and put passion into making something that people will cherish. And Evolutions, I really don't think 5 years from now people are going to be happy with Evolutions. I think 5 years from now people are going to be so tired of Evolutions. I mean, I think people are already getting burnt out of the set. But I think Celebrations is something that has a lot of long-term, I don't want to say value, because that just seems like I'm talking about monetary, the monetary aspect of it. But I will say value in the sense of appreciation. This is something that people can appreciate for years to come. And I kind of forgot and didn't mention this until the very end. There is going to be some really big reprints. The main ones are going to be base set Charizard. I mentioned the gold-plated one earlier, but I believe there's also going to be just a regular, more similar to the Evolution style. Hopefully, if they reprint base set Charizard, they don't do it like the Evolutions one where it's kind of ugly. Evolution's Charizard compared to base set looks much worse. Just the colors are off. The move set itself was compressed and looks off. I really would prefer a much closer reprint of the original card. The main other card that a lot of people are going to be excited for is going to be Umbreon Gold Star. This is not a cheap card in English or Japanese. Japanese, it's obviously a lot more expensive because it is a play promo, which you had to receive a certain amount of points to claim it. But even in English, it's an expensive card from Pop Series. So these were cards that were never released in sets. I think that's why they just have so much value compared to a lot of the other Gold Stars. But come on, these are the most expensive Gold Stars that have ever released. And so far, it seems that we're getting a reprint of the card. I know people who collect them. I don't think it actually matters if you own the promo version, the play promo version, or the Pop Series one, because they're completely separate ideas. Like this cheaper promo card that's going to re-release, or a set card that's re-releasing, does not compare. It will not affect the prices. What it will potentially do is drive those prices up, because more people have the reprint. There's going to be demand now for the OG of the card, the original artwork of the card. And the other one is going to be Tapu Lele GX. This card isn't the most... this one feels a little weird to me. I'm very confident this card was expensive in Sun and Moon era because it was playable. I'm not really sure if this card was coveted because of the artwork. Whereas every other card that we went over, I think, was coveted solely for the artwork or the concept. I guess we'll see. I will say Tapu Lele GX is probably one of the iconic cards from the Sun and Moon era, so it makes sense to reprint that of all things. But yeah, I've rambled quite a bit. I probably haven't actually said much, and I probably bored a lot of people out. But this is just so exciting to see the Pokemon Company put effort in and really create an interesting product. This is not just a cheap and easy reprint. This is something that actually took passion and innovation and just artistic integrity to do. But yeah, that was it. Relatively quick video just to go over it, show you all the news that we have so far, and hopefully get people hyped. I'm hoping this starts a conversation too in the comments. All right, have a nice one. Thanks for watching.